By now, our front crawl swimmer should have experimented with the number of strokes per breath, as well as lateral and bilateral breathing. Rather than sticking with a personal preference, keep on varying the practice, as different activities warrant different patterns. Longer distances usually need a more frequent and continuous breathing pattern, while sprinting may require breathing less often. Bilateral breathing can also be extremely valuable in racing and open water swimming. Swimmers should have a good feel of the water, with the hand and forearm being the main pulling lever. For a longer catch and less drag, hold the hand out for a few seconds sculling before the pull. Continually revisit sculling to help with this drill, as well as benefiting all the strokes. Swimmers at this level should also have increased the length of their stroke. Try pausing at the end of the stroke just before the recovery to ensure that the stroke has been finished. All these drills can be used with the pull buoy to isolate the arms more, or single arm only. The extra half stroke drill also focuses on the finish of the front crawl. Hand paddles could be added as well as a pull buoy. Try not to move the elbow on the extra push. Once the stroke is fully extended, the elbow exits the water first with a relaxed hand and forearm. The hand in the pocket drill demonstrates this movement and can be used with or without flippers. As we can see here, this drill would be more comfortable with more turning of the hips, and this therefore leads well into our rhythm and timing progression. As in backstroke, the hips are essential. By swimming tall, rolling the hips and reaching, we create rhythm in front crawl. The more rhythm we have flowing through the hips, the more power the body generates. The hips are the driving force for the stroke. More snap in the hips equals more power. Begin the progression with hip turns and head looking down and less breathing. A snorkel is extremely useful for this drill. On each turn you can also add a small push or fin action with the lower hand, which can aid the turn. Next, keep the hips on one side with an arm reached out. The head position again looks down and less breathing. Practice on both sides. The third stage is to add a recovery and pull, still maintaining the majority of the drill in the lateral position. The swimmer is beginning to learn that front crawl is mostly spent on the side. The final part of this progression is a slow and deliberate order. Lateral kicking, right arm slow recovery, hip turning, the left arm pull, then the lateral kicking again. There are a few points to concentrate on to get the most out of this drill. Number 1, make sure the recovery arm leads and nearly completes the stroke before the pull begins of the reaching arm. And number 2, try not to breathe during, just before, just after the stroke. It is best to breathe in the middle of the lateral kicking phase. The final practice of this level is super slow swimming or trying to swim on the spot. Swimmers need to control the push of the stroke, the reach and buoyancy, as well as breathing to succeed at this. The slower a swimmer can swim, maintaining the same stroke, the more control a swimmer has. From here, all they need to do is then add varying degrees of power. While swimming normally, if a swimmer's legs drop, try swimming with the chest pressing down, as the legs will feel more weightless and the body becomes more buoyant and streamlined. Imagine swimming downhill or pressing a floating ball under the armpits.